Read the marked water level and keep the unit with the measurement.
Within the liter and gram basin, the landscape is shaped by specific physical requirements. To move through this terrain, we have to look closely at the objects blocking the path. Sedge, a river otter, swims and dives through these waters, rolling through the shallows as she navigates the river ecosystem. From a distance, Kit tracks Sedge's movement, observing how she handles the environment. In this world, numerical structure and physical reality are intertwined. The numbers we need to understand the basin are already part of the scenery. By observing the measurements embedded in the world, we can understand the requirements of the landscape before we even start a calculation. Following the trailhead, Sedge encounters a set of carved jars that sit directly in her way. She noses the jars, inspecting the water level to see exactly how much liquid they contain. These jars are marked in standard units. Each carved line represents 1 liter of volume. The water reaches the 4th mark on the jar, showing us exactly where the volume sits. The jar holds 4 liters of water. These static environmental marks provide a reliable way to quantify the volume of the liquids around us. Moving past the jars, Sedge enters a bed of pebbles where objects of different sizes are scattered along the shore. She encounters a light berry and a heavy stone, using her own movement to feel the difference in their mass. A small object like this berry has a mass of about 5 grams. For the heavy stone, we use a larger unit. Its mass is about 2 kilograms. The berry is about 5 grams. The stone is about 2 kilograms. Matching the unit to the size of the object allows us to accurately describe the weight of the physical world. As the weather light shifts, Sedge continues to a rocky basin, where the water level determines the path forward. When she splashes into the basin, her movement causes a specific amount of water to pour out. The painted marks on the rock show the pool started with 6 liters of water. As 2 liters pour away, the level on the rock face drops accordingly. 6 minus 2 equals 4, so 4 liters remain. When volume is removed from a space, the remaining water matches the result of our subtraction. Sedge reaches the final segment of the basin, a large branch scale balanced across the rocks. To move the scale, she rolls a series of identical stones onto the wooden surface. There are 3 stones total. Labels show each has a mass of 2 kilograms. Since we have 3 equal masses, we can multiply to find the total weight. 3 times 2 equals 6, so the stones together are 6 kilograms. Recognizing equal groups of mass allows us to calculate the total weight needed to shift the scale and clear the way. With the path open, we can see how these 4 locations connect across the liter and gram basin. The labels in the environment defined what each measurement meant. Sedge's actions showed how those measurements changed as she interacted with her surroundings. The math we see on the rocks and wood provides a record of how the water and stones were moved. By connecting the labels to the action, we can track exactly how the volume and mass in the basin shift. Which label in the environment tells you the most about how the world changed, and how did Sedge's actions show it?
3 stones at 2 kilograms each have a total mass of 6 kilograms.